Right, hello there everyone. Welcome back to a James Redmond TV daily transfer show. Even though it hasn't been daily recently, but we move. Actually, let me just double check so make sure the notey woties are off on my phone. But welcome to the stream, everyone. If you're not watching this live, then please just still smash the like and subscribe. As you have all been doing, you have been smashing it. Sorry for not uploading as heavily over the past couple of days or so. Internet has been a bum. As you know, I've got McDonald's Wi-Fi. Hopefully, it's going to survive in this stream. That being said, we have got things to talk about. That's probably the best thing about this show not being every single day, is that some kind of spicy things come out of the works, but obviously we know that this transfer window isn't probably going to be the most active one. That being said, we can still have a bit of fun with it, and we can still talk about some of the rumours that are taking place, and hopefully one day a Christmas miracle, a late Christmas miracle, will come through and will allow us to celebrate a new centre-back. Shout out to everyone who's came in. It's a last minute stream, but it's one of them. I felt like recording right now, and obviously I enjoy doing it live with you. But big up everyone in the chat. Anyway, let's get into the news. So the first thing that I obviously want to talk about, and I've even got little banners, because why not? I think banners are boss, so we're going to go with this. We'll start off with the Upamencano news. Obviously, that's the title of the video. And multiple reports and sources suggest that Leipzig are looking on selling Upamencano. Now, it's not one of them things that they want to sell Upamencano because he's shit. It's not that. It's the fact that they know he's a big prospect, and right now is probably one of the most valued times that he's valued at a high level. Sorry, that just didn't really make sense. You know what I'm trying to say, though? Like, right now, they could get more money for Upamecano right now than what they might in a year's time if he drops form. I think they're aware of that. Obviously, Leipzig is a team that massively go out there and spend. They get quality players, and that's what keeps them in and around the top of the Bundesliga, and also takes them far in the Champions League. Upamecano is massive to their team, and even with this news coming out, they're not doing it because, you know, like I said, they don't think he's terrible. I'm sure they want Upamecano and Kanate to be a centre-back partnership for years to come. That being said, they are aware they can get a big amount of money for Upamecano, especially with some of the big clubs that would be willing to spend on him, because Liverpool are not the only club in for Upamecano. You all know this. But whether it's now or the summer is unclear, but it seems if the bid is right, they will sell. Undoubtedly, he's got class. But the question is, would they sell Upamecano to Liverpool with us having them in the Champions League in the next round, in the round of 16? Well, that'd be a very interesting proposition, because I'm obviously asking, will we sign him this January transfer window? I don't think we will, even though more sources than actually what I thought was coming out and saying about this. I just thought it was an interesting topic because we've been linked with Upamecano, and even though I don't think Liverpool are going to go and jump on an Upamecano, or I even think we should jump on Upamecano, the reason why I think we should maybe go for someone less, like a Sven Botman: one, he's cheaper; two, he's only slightly younger but still younger; and three, he's not going to come in and expect guaranteed first-team football, whereas Upamecano would. And it's one of them things, even though we can give it to him straight away, what about when Gomez comes back? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's great to have these options, but Liverpool aren't looking to spend, let alone spend big. So let's try and make it as easy for them as we possibly can and give them an option like a Sven Botman. There's no doubt. But damn, there are 113 people in here. You are a legend. Let me tell you how you can become a member of the Redmond's Army. It's very, very simple. You can either do it by becoming a member. Link is in the description. You can become a Redmond's Army fella. Or if you don't want to become a member, which is absolutely fine, then all you need to do is leave a like and subscribe. Hey! Anyway, I'm kidding you. And it was one of them, right? But yeah, people, I'd take Upamecano, of course I would. He adds quality to the squad that we could do with. He's played Champions League football. He's a proven player, and that's what you want at Liverpool. He's French. Everything you want. He's kind of the perfect mould. Even though he's had a few injuries in the past, he's still someone who I'd absolutely take. But this January is a very unlikely time for that type of a thing to happen. So yeah, that's the first piece of news out the way. And Upamecano is likely to be leaving Leipzig in the not too distant future. So yeah, anyway, let's talk about the Mo Salah contract situation, because obviously I'm doing a video later on based on, like, it was an LFC talk show. Obviously, if you've been following the channel, I've started a new podcast. It's called the LFC Talk Show, and yeah, that's going really, really well. Getting the boys, Alex and Doyle from the Cop TV on that show. So make sure you're there. As a matter of fact, you can go there. You can go on my channel now and you can set yourself a reminder for that video. Just an in-depth chat, 3 Liverpool fans just talking about absolute whatever. Anyway, Mo Salah. Liverpool are keen on renewing the deal for Mohamed Salah, but have other priorities first. So these are reports coming out, even Liverpool journalists. These aren't just rumours. Even Fabrizio Romano has came out and talked about this as well. But what he's came out and said is Liverpool want to sign Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk on extensions first. And all these players, including Henderson, their deals run out in 2022. So Liverpool have some work to do, son. And bear in mind, we've got to still sign Gini on a new contract. So not only, right, and this is Fabrizio Romano, so you know this is true. One thing that you know, Mo Salah, his contract runs out 2022. Henderson also, Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk. Romano's telling us, right, Liverpool are going to go and get Van Dijk and Fabinho sort of first, and then we'll go on further to talk about, you know, contract negotiations with people like Jordan Henderson and Mo Salah and whatnot. And I'm absolutely fine with that approach. If Liverpool want to go out and get if Liverpool want to go out and give new contracts to Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho, yes, please, because they're 2 massive parts of our squad. But when you realise we've also got a Salah to deal with and a Henderson, and let's not forget about the man of the moment in Gini Wijnaldum, because he still needs a fucking new contract, pardon my language, but he does. What's the approach Liverpool take here, and how do they get this all done? And I'm not having a go or nothing. I'm sure we will get these players sorted, because I'm sure their plan was to get these players re-signed, but it's just not ideal. But bumping up the contracts in terms of there's not long left on them now, and you've left it till now to make this decision. And look at what you've got. And these aren't just squad players; these are important first-team players. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them things, mate, where this could be something that rumbles on for a while. Obviously, Salah has been linked with Real Madrid as well, so it'd be a shame if it got to a point where he was in his last season. And I mean, imagine Mo Salah getting to his last season being in a similar situation to Gini Wijnaldum, where he's linked with Real Madrid and all these teams. It's just not a situation. It's just not a hole Liverpool want to get themselves into. And it seems like unless they get the first couple of contracts done soon, it seems like they could get themselves in that hole for sure. But people, there's not much transfer news to talk about today. That was kind of it. And to round that up, Leipzig want to sell Upamencano. But they haven't said it in that sort of way. That's just the way the media have worded it. You know, the way the media do it. And basically, people say, James, what's this show about? Because let's be honest, some of these transfers aren't going to happen. And I say that in the videos. I say in these live streams that the likelihood of this transfer going through is probably unlikely. But let's be honest, Liverpool have been linked with centre-backs left, right and centre. Upamecano probably being one of the more outstood names. And his name came out in the news today. Our name gets brought in with it. I'm going to bring it to you. Why? Because it's a topic of debate. And also there's some substance in terms of him possibly going to leave Leipzig soon. I don't think it'll happen in January. No reporters came out saying it's definitely going to happen in January. That being said, if Leipzig want to try and get a bag now for Upamecano, that's a very big possibility. He's young, and like I said, you're going to get a lot of money for him now. He's also at times showing a bit of shaky form, so there's some questions to still ask over Upamecano. And even though there's still them questions, I'd still take him. But Leipzig might be thinking, well, if he starts getting shitter, we might get less money for him. So we need to try and jump on this now. We've still got Konate. We can still go out and get a new centre-back when we sell him. Someone cheaper, someone younger, someone that we can build into an even bigger and better centre-back than him. So it makes sense. However, to counter that, like what I offered to you before, was with us playing Leipzig in the round of 16, I think that could be something that comes into play with them not wanting to sell to us in January, as well as the fact Klopp basically came out and said any signings are ruled out. And then as for the contract situation, my opinion on the Mo Salah thing is, I do Mini Mo, this man, this gorgeous specimen of a human being from Egypt. My thoughts on Mo Salah, even though he's out of form at the minute, and we're going to talk more about it on the LFC talk show in a bit, he's massive to this team. He's probably the only player in that squad with a killer instinct. You get him signed on a new contract. We've still got time. Like I said, his deal runs out in 2022. And even though we have got a few players to re-sign until then, you know, we can get that done. That being said, I think it's becoming all the more evident that Gini Wijnaldum's probably not going to sign a contract extension. I think that's just becoming more and more obvious by the day. You know, when you've got 4 players as it is that you're looking on re-signing a contract with, and then you've got Gini Wijnaldum there with 5 months left, and it just doesn't seem like there'll be any movement. He's just played 90 friggin' minutes against 12-year-olds in Aston Villa. I don't have too much faith with Gini Wijnaldum staying, but anyway, people, I'm going to round that up here. Make sure you smash the likes. Let's leave it there as well. What a comment to round up the show. Anyway, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all later on at 7:30 for the LFC Talk Show. And make sure that you're interactive in the comments down below with everything that I've talked about. Peace out,